Week 26, teachers, we're going to continue with our chemistry fun with 4th grade. We're going to use some bubble gum. I'm going to do a really good lab for you that's a classic lab. And when I say classic, some teachers asked me what that meant. It means it's been around a long time and it works really good with kids. What I'm going to do is show you how to make a balance with a straw, 2 paper clips, and 2 pieces of bubble gum. The reason why this lab works so well is because kids have a preconceived notion about things, and what you're going to do is, well, let's go ahead and we call this an apparatus. It's a tool used in science. I'm going to start with a soda straw that is not a flex straw. If you use a flex straw, it won't work because it bends. So I've got a plain straw here. You're going to give them 2 paper clips. We're going to take the paper clips and we're going to unbend them into an S shape. There's a skinny part and a fat part. So I'm going to get both my paper clips ready. Skinny part, fat part. This is what I hope is easy for 4th grade. I'm not sure. I've done this with a lot of older kids. I'm going to take that paper clip, stick it through the straw, and poke a hole. And I hope they can do this. It's not that hard to do. Then I'm going to do the other side the same way. You know, teachers, once you get this little, once you get this made right here, you're going to take a piece of crochet yarn, and it doesn't really matter how long it is. I don't need to waste it. But we're going to cut it off. And I know that it's hard for kids to tie a knot, but let's just be patient and give it a try. So I'm just going to tie a square knot, like you were tying something in a knot. Like you don't want them to tie your shoes, that's what they're going to do. Just loop, loop twice. Now I got a square knot. Now I'm not doing anything with that right now. Now I'm going to take 2 pieces of bubble gum, and I'm going to clip it onto the paper clip on the fat part of it. And my second piece of bubble gum, I'm going to clip onto it. So they've got bubble gum hanging from their paper clips on their balance. And make sure you tell them this is a tool scientists use. It can be homemade, or it can be an expensive one like they are going to use. But it does the same thing. So what we want to do now is work real hard. You see how unbalanced it is? Well, now we want to work hard sliding our string to the middle so that when they hold their straw, it's balanced. Now, you know, that's kind of a skill they need to learn. What is balanced? So I'm going to keep sliding my string till I get it balanced. And you know what, to save some time, I have this one balanced right here. And I took a Sharpie and I marked my spot on my straw where it's balanced. So we're going to mark it. I'm going to lay my straw down. And I'm going to take my Sharpie. I'm going to put a mark where my straw is balanced with my string. So now I've got it balanced. So I'm saying that both of these have the same mass now. They're balanced. So here's my apparatus again. Well, then I'm going to lay it down. I'm going to take 1 piece of gum off. I've taken some scrap paper. You know, it's written on. There's tons of it in the classroom. I cut it into quarters. This way the kids don't think they're writing a lot. It's a trick I learned a long time ago with kids. They don't want to fill out an 8 by 11 sheet, but they don't mind filling out a quarter of it. But they're writing the same. So I'm just going to have them, and always do on a hypothesis, you start it for them. I think that when I chew, and I'm sorry you can't see that. I think that when I chew my gum, it will become lighter or heavier. They're going to choose one of those words. And then you're going to say because. Why is it going to become lighter or heavier? And they're going to fill this out. So you're going to give them the starter. The sentence will be on the board so that you don't get lost in translation. And then they're going to form the hypotheses. And after doing this for almost 20 years, most kids will say it's going to get heavier because of the spit. Remember that any conclusion or any hypothesis they form is their statement. They can make whatever they want as long as they say something to back it up. They just can't go "cause." They have to say something. And then we're going to have this timer in here. We just got a new timer for this lab. They're going to chew for approximately 5 minutes. I really don't know how this works with a 30-minute lab. You may not be able to chew that long. That's just what I set in my other class. Because at that point, most of the sugar dissolves and they can blow a bubble. So however long it took them to build the balance, that's how long you decide to chew and how many minutes you have left. So then they take the bubble gum off, they take one of them off, and they start to chew it. So unwrap it, tell them, do not throw your wrapper away because you need that little piece of wax paper so that you can put it back on your balance and measure its mass again. So I'm putting this in my mouth, chomp, 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 chomp. I'm chewing. Then when the buzzer goes off, or whatever you set it for, you take it and twist it back into your piece of paper and put it back on the balance. Now I'm hoping that you're not showing this video to the kids because this will ruin the surprise. So this is not one I want them to watch because you just took the wow factor out. So here I've got my gum, and it's going to go like this. I'm just going to tell you the results. One of them is going to be extremely heavy, and one of them is going to be extremely light. And I'm going to let you catch the wow factor because I'm not going to tell you that either. And then they'll say, well, what do you think happened? Your hypothesis was either wrong or right. Most kids, I will tell you from experience, don't know the answer, and they always pick the wrong one. And just to make this a little shorter, it's because there is 5, actually 4. They made the bubble gum smaller since I started teaching this. The gum only has a mass of 4.5 grams now, and when I first started doing this lab, it was 5 grams. So that right there that you're looking at in every single piece of bubble gum is, I'm going to put my gum up there. That piece of bubble gum has 4 grams of sugar in it. So only 1 gram of that, or 0.5 of that bubble gum is the waxy stuff that they're chewing. And how did I come up with those numbers? Look here at my label. You know, a lot of times on the 5th grade test, they have to read labels. So I'm looking here at, I'm going to point to this. Right here's my 4.5 grams of bubble gum plus my paper. And then look down here where it says sugar. 4 grams of sugar. So if you take 4 grams and subtract it from 4.5, all of that bubble gum is sugar. But look down here at the ingredients. Sugar, corn syrup, and then only 0.4 of it is the gum they're actually chewing. Right here we have high fructose corn syrup, another sugar. So you know, this is a really good lab to show kids that what they're putting in their body is a lot of sugar that they don't even know about, because only kids know that that's sugar. They don't know corn syrup is sugar. They don't know high fructose corn syrup is sugar. So this is a good lab to do not only nutrition, but a lot of math is involved here and a lot of scientific reasoning. So let the kids go ahead and find the mass of their sugar. I have sugar sitting on the table in a container right here. And you're not going to use those teaspoons. I'm just going to have regular teaspoons in there, not a measurement. Just to let you know, if you quarter a piece of construction paper and put it on there, it has a mass of 1 gram. So if you add 1 gram to 4 grams, your balance should be sitting on 5 grams. And at 5 grams, it should balance out to 0. And it doesn't because I put the gum on it. But you understand the math involved and the reasoning behind it. Now the kids should be able to, you know, keep the gum and chew it for that day because that's a Friday and it's okay. We can cut them a little slack this one day of them doing the lab because they're not making the slime or the silly putty that the other kids made. But this was a good place to put this chemical lab in this week.